Hey there, everyone. I'm here with the next assignment, which is assignment number 4, where we'll be watching a movie and taking notes based off of sound. I had watched the movie called Psycho by Mr. Hitchcock, and overall I really liked the movie, but we're not here for that. So here are my notes. For music, I found that music was mainly used, like, the most noticeable parts was used during the points of high tension / panic with, like, the not, like, so classic score, the first one you would hear, like, when she's driving in the car and she sees her boss. That's one time you'll hear it there. I feel like that's just to help emphasize the sense of panic you can sense from the characters and the situation. And then the other time I noticed is the more classic one, like in the shower scene when she's about to get murdered, or she is getting murdered. Both instances of the music, they're both not, I might get this wrong saying it wise, diegetic. They're both not diegetic. And really, with both songs, they seem to be close to relationship with one another. And so they're both really loud and vibrant. They use a nice high-pitch strings. High-pitched strings that are in stiletto. For those who aren't in music, it just means those, like, it's very quick and fast notes, like how it is in the music. Basically, it shows up and it instantly makes the scene a lot scarier and more suspenseful, and it really gives that sense of urgency. Moving on to narration, I found the best use of narration in this movie was the use of when she was driving the car and it was just a frontal shot of her, and it's a close-up, and you hear the characters in the background telling the story of what's going on back at her hometown. This is non-diegetic, and it's off-screen. You really can't see it. And at first I was confused due to the echo texturing that they put into it, because I thought it was all in her head and she was rehearsing it, because the first time you hear it, it's from Sam's voice, and I thought she was just rehearsing what she would say to Sam, but that was something I messed up in my head. But yeah, it has a nice texture of the echo effect, and it creates this sense of distance between the characters, which is a nice use of it. The use of silence in this film, I really didn't notice too much. Well, I guess that's kind of the point of silence. But when I didn't see silence being used, it's typically for those moments where the dialogue is the most important part of that scene. Like, it's either supposed to be a plot point or a very suspenseful sense of dialogue. I don't know what you would count it as diegetic or not, but I guess you would say it is diegetic because technically it is there, but I don't know if that really counts. As for the next part is the environment sound, I noticed a couple different environment sounds. Typically it would be wood, swamp, like crickets going, or city sounds like cars and horns and stuff like that, or just like regular small town noises that you hear of cars just driving on by and stuff. This is more diegetic, and it's usually on screen, but sometimes it's off screen. Like with the crickets, you can't really see them, but you know they're there. And also, I couldn't go on without noticing some things with the sound, like sound effects, and I don't know if this really counts, but I wanted to say it. I figured it wouldn't be right not to mention this stuff, is how the scream was when she was getting murdered in the shower. That was so silly. Like, I thought it was so silly because you could tell it was really dubbed over and by some other actress or something. And I heard the scream, and I'm like, oh, so that's where it's from, because I've never seen this movie before. And I've heard that scream in pretty much every other movie. It's kind of like the Wilhelm scream. It's in almost every other movie. And then I also noticed that when Sam was going to check cabin 1, it was just leaving. He closes the door very silently, but the door sound given to it was actually pretty loud, like it was being shut normally. So I just noticed that. It's just a small nitpick, but yeah. Pretty much all of the sounds used in the background environment sounds were really, they used all these different things like the loudness, texture, pitch, microphone distance to help create these sounds and make it more of a bigger environment and stuff. You really can't pinpoint it because it's all over the place, but yeah. Anyway, that's all my notes. I'm gonna let you guys go now. Bye. Thank you for watching.